It's good to see you, they say. Hasn't it been strange? Yeah, mad. Can't believe it. So sad. We got used to staying in, saying no, and taking it slow. Losing touch, not going out much. That lack of human touch, a handshake or a hug, has left us distant, despondent. Don't get too close. Got your mask? Have you had your second dose? We asked. We have stormed this terrible weather, and now it's time to lift the sails again. Unbatten the hatches, pull up the anchor, and head into the wind. It's good to see you, they say. Welcome back. We want to tell you how proud of you we are. What you have achieved, we believed, and we must celebrate that.
I'm delighted to welcome you all to Your Achievements Evening, when we celebrate the success of our 15,000 students and the successes of our college group. 2021 was a frustrating year, a year of lockdowns and stop-start. Our students didn't know whether they would be doing exams, or allowed into college, or able to finish their courses. It was tough for everyone. However, when we look at what we achieved together, it becomes clear that 2021 will go down as one of our most successful. We spent most of the year as the TES UK College of the Year. We started the year opening our new campus at Wellingborough, a long-term investment in that community, and we invested in the curriculum, in the future, with major projects like AI, maths and English software, modern methods of construction at Bedford, carbon-reducing technology across all our campuses, and better student data systems. In the last few months, we then heard of the success of our bids to redevelop the Bedford Tower Block, to create an even stronger offer there, and to develop a new sixth form centre for Corby, hopefully in a building that will be a showpiece of sustainability. In terms of educational sustainability and the quality of our provision, our students have appreciated the exceptional hard work of our staff throughout the year. It was no easy task continuing teaching and other services during lockdowns. But what we have learned about online delivery will help us all in the future. Most students have been able to complete their programs and progress in line with their desires. And our student feedback scores this year have been excellent, with 93%, so they will recommend the college to other people. That shows just how much students appreciated the way we have supported them. This has been a particular challenge where we showed record recruitment, such as the Bedford Sixth Form, in areas like care, construction and motor vehicle. Even in areas hard hit by COVID, like apprenticeships and adult education, our performance was very strong compared to the national picture. Our higher education also maintained good progress, and we are now developing our own university centre to look to help future students by developing new partnerships with universities that specialise in some of our key subject areas. The COVID crisis has put a premium on us all working together. It is therefore very pleasing to report our highest ever levels of staff satisfaction. We want our college to be a great place to work, a safe place to work, and a fair place to work. I'm particularly pleased at the way we have focused on inclusion and look to identify very specific actions we can take to improve things for both staff and students. So thank you to our staff, our governors, community leaders, local employers, but most of all, our students, their families and friends for helping us so successfully through a very tricky year. Tonight is your night, a night to celebrate our award winners. Sorry we can't do it in person, but I'm sure we'll still have a brilliant evening. Thank you.
mean, does he think he's some sort of lord because he owns a gastropub? Calling us gentlemen, as if he has any idea of what the word means. Checking if we do want that many bottles, because it seems quite a lot for 10 people.
I taught Josh here at Tresham for 2 years on the acting course, level 3. He was always very dedicated as an actor. He worked really hard in all his classes, he volunteered for everything, worked really hard towards getting to drama school. It was his dream. He was the first person to have finished his auditions and send them off to all of his university and drama schools. So we were not surprised when he got a place at East 15, which is where he is now.
Wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more. Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not know I cannot love you?
Josh's performances whilst at college were interrupted by COVID, but he still gave everything his all, even when we were working from home and creating our own short experimental films. He played Count Olaf in a series of unfortunate events and looked ridiculous, but really, really went for it. He did a very dramatic death in our Greek tragedy, which will go down in the history books, I think. Did a ridiculous comedy sketch with you, and it was hilarious.
You need to stop copying me! Stop! Right, I'm going to think of a number between 1 and 10. 3, 2, 1, 7! 5, 8, 2, 9, 3, 4!
I think the reason that Josh is such a deserving winner is that he was just so dedicated to every aspect of the course and also to external things. He was in an external theatre group. He constantly applied for all of the opportunities that we put in the students' way. He did loads of work experience. He was chosen for the National Youth Theatre. Right from the start of Josh's time here at Tresham, he was desperate to be teacher's pet. He wanted to be the favourite. And I actually did write in his yearbook when he left, "You are my favourite." I also wrote it in everybody else's.
There aren't many things that cannot be attempted. There are many things that cannot be done. So to achieve is to attempt is to do is to have done. Manifesting dreams, achieving goals, all it takes is belief that is in your control. To complete, be capable, compete and feel confident. If it's lost, you can find it. You just have to look and let go. The self-doubt formed from an unhappy home, values you abandoned to please others from the pressure to conform. Bad decisions made in the past, influencing those you can make in the future. Consequences clouding courage. You can start over, begin a new adventure. You just have to know who you want to become. If you were not afraid, what would you have done? Give yourself room to dream a little, make a list of all the things that you would like to achieve and would have won. So when self-doubts spring up, you can push them away. Treat them like a disease, but with words on a page. Make space to face your inner critic, your fears, bad years and pain. Convince yourself you're good enough. I won't settle for less, no way. Marilyn Monroe once said, wanting to become someone else is to waste the person you are. Being a movie star was never as much fun as dreaming of becoming one. I am meant for more. I deserve it. I just need to change my mindset, reverse it. Manifest my dreams until they are true. You can do it. We believe in you.
My name's Katie Moorland. I studied Business Administration Level 3 at Tresham College. I did that at Kettering General Hospital. Originally I did start here at college doing a Business Level 3, but it wasn't really for me. I didn't really like the work that much, so I thought an apprenticeship would be better. So while I was doing the Level 3 at college, we did a work placement and I did that at Kettering General. So I thought that would be a good place to do an apprenticeship. I definitely think an apprenticeship was the right thing for me because I do think I learn better with like hands-on work because I do have like dyslexia, so I did find that really hard to have like constant written work and assignments. I've learned quite a lot about myself, to be honest. Like I can work under pressure now. Like, I didn't think I was very good at that before. I've just learned that I'm very hard-working. I didn't think I was very hard-working before. I do believe in myself like a lot more now because I've got a job now, working full-time. I want to stay in what I'm doing at the moment. Obviously I do want to progress. I do think I'd want to stay in like the admin side of things, especially like in the NHS. But obviously like there is always like room for progression. And the great thing about an apprenticeship is that it's so hands-on. So if you do prefer working in that kind of way rather than, you know, learning from, you know, textbooks and essays and lectures, it definitely is good because you do get the support from the college and also your workplace. So you're also working with people that have that experience in the job you're doing. So you're not just learning from the things in college, you're also learning from people that have like years of experience in that job. So I was really just keen to get into work, and this meant I could do like both at the same time and like still progress and, you know, get the grades I needed. So if you are thinking about doing an apprenticeship, I would say go for it, you won't regret it. I've really enjoyed working and studying at the same time, and it's definitely got me to where I am today.
My name's George. I'm one of the HE graphics tutors. I've known Molly for a year and a half now. I've been teaching her. She joined us from HE onwards, so she wasn't one of our progression students, but she's really hit the ground running with us. She's now, since in that year and a half, she's become an award-winning graphic designer. So Molly came to us, her software skills weren't where we would have liked them to be for HNC when I first met her. And over that time, she's gone out, she's found her own work experience. She's increased her skills tenfold since that time. She's now one of the best students in the class in terms of software skill. Molly's one of the hardest working students I know. She puts her everything into all of the work she does, whether that's an award-winning brief from YCN or a brief about designing a vending machine or a piece of typography. She's 100% in it all the time, and she asks great questions. She's, I wouldn't change her in the classroom. She's fantastic. I think for any graphic designer, recognition is always nice, and for students especially, it gives them that kind of confidence to take that forward into the world of work. So I think, she'd be delighted that she's been nominated for this. I don't think anyone would have a bad word to say about Molly. She's actually a fantastic student. She puts her everything in. Her sketchbooks are always immaculate. She's very organised. She asks very intelligent questions about graphic design. We've had a lot of lengthy conversations. I think the other tutors would say exactly the same as me. Molly Curtin is well deserving of this award.
Going through adversity isn't how it was meant to be for me. You see, I had big dreams. They said, reach for the stars. But then this thing blew in as I was on my way to Mars. Like a strong wind that brings us to places we want to go, adversity finds a way, creating hesitancy to do so. I could not understand these feelings that have shaped who I am today. Once hate, now love has meaning. With time, I'm finding my way. To fall, be afraid, and cling on with bleeding fingers. Managing to overcome through resilience those doubts that often lingered. In my own ability to be strong, courageous, void of worry. A mindset that was hard to build, anxiety always in a hurry. To creep in and scare my positivity away. Concerns about the future, influenced by what happened yesterday. You see, depression exists in the past, anxiety in the future. All you can have a say in is right now. Controlling your thoughts this second is what will stop you from growing weaker. They said reach for the stars. I'm looking up. I'm reaching. I'm getting closer. They're there for me to take. Hope is strong now, so am I. I'm never giving up. My hand will not waver.
My name is Jonathan Entwistle. I studied level 3 animal management here at Shuttleworth College. When we were allowed back here, we got to spend some time in the biome itself. It reflects the temperature of Brazil exactly, so you want to constantly go in there, but also get out very quickly.
So I'm Will Sparrow, I'm the Student Experience and Progression Manager for the Bedford College Group, and my role within the college is to make sure that students have the best time they can with us at the college when they study here, that they take part in lots of different activities, and that they are well supported. Jonathan joined the college and quickly became a member of the Q Agenda, which is the student LGBTQIA+ support group. He quickly decided that he wanted to have more influence and to shape things for a wider group of students, and he stood for election and he won the position of the Bedford College Group Students' Union Vice President for Shuttleworth College, and from that position he used it to influence change and to actually make the change as well.
One thing we actually managed to get with providing that we did certain things was we managed to get the upper level of the gym as a inclusive space. So this would be where people who maybe are lesbian, maybe are trans but not out yet, they would be allowed to be in that space, and that was a total hate-free zone. They wouldn't experience any name calling or anything like that.
So when we first met Jonathan, he definitely was already quite confident and knew what he was aiming for. However, I think what the great thing to see was the personal growth that happened. He definitely became aware of who he was and his own identity and his place within not just the college but the wider community and society as a whole. And it was really good to see him flourish and become the person he is today.
I'm very, very grateful to be given this award. I really think that the work that we did together was absolutely fantastic, especially hearing the feedback from the students who were directly affected by what we did. This is going to sound quite ironic, but I would love to be seen in the future as someone who didn't do enough, because I want to see the absolute most that can be put in when it can be put in.
So my name's Megan Winham. I'm currently a level 3 in childcare. I think student participation is when we work together to help support others and to make sure that our opinions are heard. I think it's important because as we as students, I feel that sometimes our points are always not come across to others in the college, so I want to make sure that everyone can be heard and to make sure everyone is treated equally as well. I saw about the student union because I saw posters of saying you can make a difference, do you want to come and help and join us, do you want to make student opinions heard. I've done this about 2 years now. I've always wanted to help others, it's just been a passion of mine. I've always wanted to support, speaking to teachers if I needed help, speaking to my friends if I was a bit upset or needed a bit of support. So for me, as to get that support, I like to want to give it back to others to make sure they get support as well, because some people sometimes don't always get that support. So with mental health, the services at the moment, there is counselling, there is student services, there's online websites to help that, and recently I've just done a level 1 degree in mental health, so there is now more students, of course, doing this course. It will now make them more aware what signs and symptoms are, how to support those who are struggling with their mental health and what services there are. I feel with this, doing these skills and working with others, it will help me when I go into the childcare sector to work with children to make sure they're supported, making sure parents are supported as well, and to maybe work with other professionals to make sure that there's appropriate care and support is there for them as well. It's been an honour, and it's nice to hear something back as well from it, and it's nice to definitely get that reward.
So Kettering General contacted us in January, the business development team, and said, we really need some help here and we want to provide an opportunity for your learners. So it being the third lockdown, the third national lockdown, it meant that they needed some support. So within 2 weeks, they'd managed to have meetings with my students and with parents to reassure them. And I'd got 80 students basically based in there to help out. They were supporting a lot of the different wards, not the ones that were front-facing with COVID, etc. But basically providing the support to a lot of the guys that were in there, which meant that the clinical staff could be released to be placed more effectively, really, with the front-facing COVID wards. It worked really well, and we kept in contact with each other the whole time. Fantastic inductions, support for the students. And so this year, the way it's impacted us again is the fact that they were able to offer us more placements again this year. Obviously not 80, but still many more, which is great for our students to have that frontline experience, but more specifically for our T-level health students to really get a good hands-on experience directly with the clinical staff, which is fantastic. And of course the main thing for us is that I think this relationship is now going to be thriving and continue for many years to come.
When I look in the mirror, I'm not sure I'm looking at the person that I want to be. He, she, me, they, them. It can take time to work out a sense of identity. It's personal to me. Who I am doesn't have to dictate who I am going to be. When I look at others, I see confidence, courage, questions they have answered. But I'm still asking mine. Confused, bemused, bewildered by the news of others. Rhetoric from people my age, setting the stage, representing the choices that they have made. You see, I don't think it's about age, but time. Time to think, discuss, and try. To work out who I am, influenced by my past, now looking at my future. Who are you going to be? They ask. I don't know yet. That's fine. You're still young. There's time. Don't worry about everyone else. Their thoughts, their questions. There's only so much you can learn from others' lessons. When you know who you are, want to become. Don't be in a rush to get there. Don't let your questions and doubts overcome. Just believe in yourself. Learn to accept yourself. Who are you going to be? They ask. I don't know yet, but I will soon.
So my name's Amy Cleary and I'm the Senior Customer Contact Manager. I oversee 4 customer contact teams across the group. So the customer contact teams deal with customers from inquiry all the way through to enrolment. We have teams based at Wellingborough, Kettering, Corby and Bedford, and they comprise of advisors and line managers. So my job is to uniform the service that they provide and ensure consistency. My days can vary. I do support the service where needed. I write objectives and meet with the managers regularly to ensure they're up to date with key activities, upcoming events, and any updates that they need on what's going on around college to ensure that customers and their teams are aware of anything they need to know. Going above and beyond is going that extra mile with a person. So whether it be checking in with that person, even though I don't necessarily have the time, making that time, offering a coffee, go for a sit down and talk about what might be on their mind. Is there anything I can do to help? Can we work together on something? So listening's really important when it comes to working with the wider team, as well as communication. That's also super important. I believe they're really important because they need to feel valued and they need to know that they are cared for and they are listened to and they are making a difference. Some of the ideas that they've put forward can be really positive and make an influence to our projects and our customers' experience. We have different advisors work on different projects and they're able to lead and take responsibility and accountability for their own successes. Recognition isn't needed by any means, but it's greatly appreciated when feedback is received. It makes me feel as though the time I've put into someone was worthwhile, and it ultimately makes me feel really positive moving forward.
I have the privilege of announcing this evening's Outstanding Student of the Year. The Bedford College Group strive to create an outstanding experience for all of our students. This is a two-way process between the college and the individual. I would like to share with you what an outstanding student profile should reflect, all of which the students you have seen tonight embody. This is not only about high grades and high achievement, it's about having a positive mindset where attitude and effort will determine their success. An outstanding student will develop and grow academically. They will require strategies to overcome challenges that may impact their learning, and this is very reflective of tonight's winner. An outstanding student will be determined, act and reflect on their feedback from their subject specialists, a skill our winner presents not only to her employer and tutors, but also external assessors. Their knowledge and skills will make a positive impact on those around them. For this apprentice, this is evidenced in her workplace. You may have guessed our winner tonight is an apprentice, and it is with pride that I announce that the Outstanding Student of the Year goes to Katie Moorland. Katie is an advanced apprentice as a business administrator at Kettering General Hospital. Her tutor describes her as a kind, caring and hard-working individual who takes ownership of her project work, recognising the value she brought to her job role and the team she worked with. Well done and congratulations, Katie. It's an honour to be asked to close this wonderful event. My first thanks goes to marketing, A, for asking me to do this, and B, the great job they have done in putting this event together. I'm not going to name everyone for thank yous, as I'm bound to forget and upset somebody. On that note, thank you to all of our staff, students, employers, stakeholders and our sponsors. On behalf of the Bedford College Group, we hope you enjoyed this evening. To wrap up this evening, we're proud to premiere our new film, Free to Be Me, which embraces the Bedford College Group's values around individuality and inclusivity.
We're not numbers to be checked in and checked off.
Think of this as the Earth and this as the Moon.
We are as unique as one is tonight, individually shaped differently to express our value to the world. We grow as a sum of our equations, working things out as we go. Hey. Because I don't have it all figured out. I doubt. I I'm an individual, trying to put my pieces together. Who I am doesn't come easy. I know it means more to me than grades on a piece of paper.
Either you tell your dad, or I go, te quiero, Sofia.
I love you too. I'll measure myself by how much I learn about myself, how I hold myself, give myself to those I can meaningfully reach every day in my own small ways. Where trends aren't followed and likes aren't valued. To understand ourselves within this community. Where we discover and define our beliefs, our hopes and abilities.
Come on, wake up. I've got something to show you. 3, 2, 1, look.
You like it?
Yeah. For my giant leap, I am free to be me.